Hello, let us start discussion on Apomixis and Polyemrbyony. You know, Apomixis is a form of asexual reproduction. There is no sexual fusion happening here. So, the formation of embryo without fertilization is called apomixis. In this, seeds are formed without the fusion of gametes, as the name indicates by asexual reproduction. And how it is formed? It is said that there is no assurance. It is said that apomixis is induced by growth hormones like gibberellic acid, etc. We'll see that. So what happens in a normal plant like apomixis? How the normal fusion happens? We have an ovule in a female plant, and within that there is a egg cell. There is an egg cell which is diploid. It is also called megaspore, right? Now this egg cells in a normal plant undergoes meiotic division, and we know that it leads to the formation of female gamete, and which will be fusing with the male gamete to form a zygote, which will be then leading to the formation of a seed. So if it is to be represented as a flowchart, there is a female plant. It has an ovule which has a diploid egg cell that will be undergoing gametogenesis and will be forming female gamete, which will be fusing with male gamete to form fertilization. This will be the formation of zygote, then embryo, then seed formation, right? So it can be represented like this. There is a male gamete, there is a female gamete, both are monoploid, then fusing to form zygote, zygote developing into embryo, which will be forming into seed. From the seed we get plantlets, right? But in the case of apomixis, we know that there is no meiosis, there is no reduction division happening. That means its ploidy is still 2n. If ploidy is still 2n, how can it fuse with another gamete or male gamete? So fertilization does not happen. That means in apomixis, the diploid egg cell directly converted into a seed. This is known as apomixis. This is how it happens. You see, within the ovule there is an egg cell which is diploid. Instead of meiotic division, which is a reduction division, it undergoes mitotic division. So it retains its ploidy as 2. Okay. There is no fusion with male gamete. It directly leads to the embryo formation. 2n directly leads to embryo, and there is the formation of seed from this. Right. Now, if I have to diagrammatically explain this, this is the case of a normal ovule. You can see that this is an embryo sac, and within that embryo sac there is a megaspore mother cell which undergoes reduction division to form 4 number of megaspores. Then out of these 3 degenerate, only 1 is retained. Its ploidy is 1. Then after the pattern formation, we know what kind of pattern formation happens in embryo sac. So finally in the center there will be an egg cell which will be fused with the male gametes that is coming through the pollen tube, coming like this, right? Wait a second, let me take a laser pointer. Okay. What happens in the case of apomictic ovule? You know that similarly there is an embryo sac, and within that there is a megaspore mother cell. No meiosis happens. That means ploidy is still 2. Then after the pattern formation in embryo sac, the central egg cell will be still having 2n ploidy. So it does not require any male gamete to make its ploidy to right. So fertilization does not happen. It itself converts into a seed, right? So apomixis is a form of asexual reproduction, formation of seeds without fertilization. So there is an active research, like what is the genetics of apomixis. If we are able to identify the apomictic genes, then we can easily add that to our hybrid varieties, so that we need not purchase hybrid seeds again and again, because it will be retaining the properties of the mother plant. Like if it is to form seeds without fertilization, right? So it's more advantageous. So it is common in the species of Astraceae, some species of grasses, etc. Right. So types of apomixis. In one type there is no meiosis, there is no fertilization. Directly 2n happens, like in Astraceae, grasses, etc. But in another type there is that happens in citrus, mango, etc. There is a nucellus outside the embryo sac. Within that there is an embryo sac. Within that there is an embryo. But in citrus and mango, etc., the nucellar cells, some of the nucellar cells protrude inside the embryo sac, and that will be leading to the formation of multiple embryos, right? Multiple embryos. So what happens? There is an occurrence of many embryos within a single embryo sac. This condition is known as polyembryony. So there was ideally only this one, normal one embryo was there, but because some of the nucellar cells started dividing and started protruding into the embryo sac, all this became embryos. So there are multiple embryos within a single embryo sac, or there are multiple embryos within a single seed, right? All this becomes also becomes seed, right? So multiple embryos within the seed is called polyembryony. So what's the advantage of polyembryony? You just sow one seed, from the single seed itself you will be getting many plantlets. So this is known as polyembryony. So this is some notes. If you want, you can pause it and take the notes, right?